In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually get command-only items in Minecraft. Now this is mainly for 1.17, and that is why I have the bundle and the Sculk sensor, and also all the light stuff in here. Now obviously most of these actually do work for versions below, but I'm just letting you know the light, the Sculk sensor, and the bundle are for 1.17. So let's actually get into how to actually get all these items. Now I'm getting these items by using the /give command. So if you didn't know, in 1.17 you can actually get these items, but only by using commands. So if I type in /give @p or my name, and then a bundle, as you can see, I can grab it just like so. And that can also work the Sculk sensor. And you can actually play around with these and make it work as functions. As you can see, that works, and I can use the bundle, just like so. But obviously, that is if you want to test them out by using those commands. The next one, you can actually get the spawner. Now the spawner actually has a special mechanic where if you actually grab it and grab a spawn egg, as you can see, we can just grab a B1. You can place it down. It starts off as a pig spawner, but if you right click it with a spawn egg, it'll actually turn into a spawner of that kind. Just make sure it is able to spawn within that area and they will spawn. Now moving on is the barrier. Now most of you guys should actually know this as it's commonly used in map making. But as you can see, if we grab the barrier, it can be used as an invisible wall. As you can see, if we go click on the barrier, place it down, and you can actually not see it. It's just a wall that is invisible. But you can actually see it if you are holding the barrier item, which makes it really useful for when you're creating maps and you don't want players to go in a specific area. The barrier animation will also follow you around. As you can see, the texture is just following wherever I'm facing. But now moving on to the command blocks. Now these are also most commonly used in map making. And you can get most of them by just typing in commands. As you can see, if we type in commands, we can see all 4 of them, and then hit tab, and then use arrow keys to switch between them. But if you actually just get the command block, you can actually switch through all 3 different versions of it: chain, repeat, and impulse. And lastly, to get the command minecart, you can actually just type in commands, just like so, and go down to the minecart. The minecart will need a rail though, and cannot actually switch in between chain and impulse and repeating. So just keep that in mind. But it still works as a command block. Now moving on to the structure block. Now the structure block is actually a block that allows you to load structures from one world to another or move structures around your world. As you can see, I have a little setup over here. So first, what you're going to want to do is set up 2 corner blocks. So put a corner block on each corner of your thing. So just put one on one side and go to the opposite side and put it at the top of your build. Now what you want to do is put your structure block down, then change it into save mode. Once it is in save mode, you can actually choose the structure name, just like so. I'll just write in number 1. Then once you have done that, what you're going to want to do is change the relative position. I'm just going to put it at 0. Now once you've done that, press detect, just like so, and it'll actually detect where it is. Now this is based on where the corner blocks are, but you can actually edit the size if it is wrong. So I can put 3 here and change this to 0. And as you can see, it got the full enchantment table. And this is really useful. And also to set the corner blocks, if you didn't know, you just change this to corner, just like so, and then name it to whatever you put the structure name as. For example, I would put this as 1. But obviously you only need 2 corner blocks and 1 save block. Now going along with this is the structure void block. Now the structure void block is used to represent air within a structure. So as you can see, it will copy this, but it will actually fill in the blocks that actually have air in them. But if you don't want it to do that, just place the structure void block down, and it will count as air. Now these are really hard to see, but they count as air. So if you load it into a mountain, just like so, it will actually break those blocks whenever spawned. And obviously, you can remove them if you would not like them there. But moving on to a similar item is the Jigsaw block. Now this is a fairly hidden block and not much people actually know about it. I will not really be showing you guys how to actually use this, but you can actually find videos about it, since this isn't commonly used much. But this basically lets you randomly generate things like village paths and that type of stuff. So you can just randomly generate structures, but it is pretty complex to do so. So if you actually really want to learn about this, look up a video on it or comment down below and I will make a full video on it. But now moving on to the next thing, which is the debug stick. Now the debug stick is another one that not much people actually know, but it can be used to actually rotate the things along its different states or axes. So as you can see, if I right click on this, it'll actually change it to facing north, west, east, or south. And I can change the block positions just like so. I can change the axis from Y, X, or Z. And it also works on stuff like lanterns where you can change a different state. As you can see, this one's hanging and this one's not. It is basically used for map making if there is a bug with a certain block that may occur. So you can just quickly fix it without having to replace it if you actually don't want to. This can also tell you what axis or which rotated facing it is, just like so. And to do that, you just have to simply hit the block. And that is basically all the debug stick does. Now going on to this. Now this may look just like a simple oak slab, but it is actually not. Now this one can be obtained through commands, creative, or survival mode. Just not much people know about it. And it is the Petrified Oak Slab. As you can see, we can actually search it up right over here. But it's actually very hard to obtain this within survival mode. As you can see, we can get the oak slab and they are two different items. They will not stack. But what is actually different about this? So if I put them right down, right next to each other, the Petrified Oak Slab here and the normal oak slab here. Then we grab something like a fire charge or flint and steel, and we right click on them. And as you can see, I cannot right click on the Petrified Oak Slab. The Petrified Oak Slab will not burn, but this normal oak slab actually will. So if we just wait a little bit, this oak slab will burn while this one will not. Which is very cool if you actually just want a non-burning oak slab. And if you actually want to get this, you have to load a new world before 1.13 and collect oak slab. Then once you have done that, change it back to something above 1.13 or 1.13 and you will get how much oak slabs that you actually collected there. And just make sure to collect a lot if you actually want a lot of petrified oak slabs. But it is a very cool thing to actually collect if you want all the blocks in the game. Now the last one, which is fairly new, is the light block. Now as you can see, there are actually many different ones. There are a total of 15. It goes from 0 to 15. But as you can see, it is right over here. Now this will actually provide a invisible light source. As you can see, when I'm not holding it, they are invisible. So it obviously shows how much a light source you actually want by choosing which item you actually want. So 11 will produce the 11 light source, 7, and then 3, and then 0. As you can see, if we go into a dark room, just like so, we can actually test this out. So we just first want to break this, and now to test it out. So if we put it on 0, we will get nothing. But if we put it on 3, we will get a little bit of light. Then 7, a little bit more. Then 11, a little bit more. And finally 15 will light up the whole room. Now you can either break these by using the block and breaking it just like so, or you can place it down and then place a block on top of it. As you can see, they both remove them. And these are command only items, so they are not available in survival mode or creative without typing in the command. But anyways, that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.